Hi, my name's Mark. I'm 53 years old and I play with flow toys. I want to tell you about what I think of what flow means to me and how flow toys have helped me through my life. I started juggling when I was in my 30s. My wife got me a Juggling for Klutz book, and so that started the journey. I eventually went to clubs and bouncing balls and just started poi last summer. But it's the clubs that taught me my first lesson. I was out juggling for my niece. Well, really juggling for myself. I had my headphones on. I was practicing, trying some new tricks, whatever, and she was outside watching me. I was having trouble, I guess. I didn't know this until I turned the headphones off. And I must have been, grunting and stuff that I didn't hear and, kind of getting stressed with myself because I was dropping so much. And so when I turned the headphones off, my niece says, "It's okay, Uncle Mark. It's okay if you drop, Uncle Mark," she said. "We just want to see you juggle." So it was like a juggling club had hit me in the head. And I've learned that poi hit you in the head once in a while too now, since then. But a light went off. And I said, failure is part of the process. It's part of the accomplishment you get, which is flow. You feel the accomplishment, the energy, the joyfulness, the peacefulness. And I finally learned that. I finally learned that even part of that state is the drops, is the failure. Failure is an option, and it's part of the learning option. And so I was less stressful. My practice became much different. I treated people different because friends, family, they just want you around. They just want to see you juggle. And that's how you should treat them. We're all going to fail. And there's going to be hardships. But if you're there, by their side, that's the lesson you learn. The other lesson I learned, let me go to this. In my job as a technician, everything I see is a failure. Computers, somehow know that's an option. And they use it all the time. But it's job security for me. And so I use that to be less stressful. I use the flow. I use what I've learned through the flow toys. That failure is going to happen. It's how you deal with it. And you just say, it's going to happen, whatever happens now. So you delve into it and know that it's part of the learning process. And you can change it. So I was wondering if this peaceful, joyful feeling you get through flow and the energy could be transferred. And I found out through another little child that it is. I walked into a hospital room of a sick boy. He was miserable. He was having, he was in pain, he hadn't slept, whatever it was, he was just miserable. Then he saw this goofy guy come in with a goofy hat and long hair. And he didn't know what to think, so he got more scared. But I turned on the lighted juggling ball at the end of my show. And he loosened his grip to his mother, and I started juggling. And as I was doing my little routine, the whimpers stopped. A little smile came. He reached out and he wanted to touch the juggling balls. He loved the light. And after I was done, that feeling alone should have been enough. And it was. But the parents also said that they've been trying all day to get him calm. And my little 10-minute show transferred the energy that I was feeling through my flow toys to that little child, and then through him. It gave the parents also 10 minutes of peace and joy. So world, just watch me juggle and be that light to all. Time to play.